Welcome to the UFL Week 1 update. Now, I did not do the predictions video, so I do want to apologize for that. But if you guys want me to do the UFL Week 2 predictions video, probably comment down below if you want me to do Week 2's UFL predictions. So for this today, Week 1 was been impressive. What a way to start off the 2026 UFL League with Friday's game, Birmingham taking down Louisville 15-13. Matt Corral, 21 out of 30, 208 passing yards and a touchdown. Birmingham goes to 1-0, while for Louisville, they dropped to 0-1. Big time win for the Stallions, and A.J. McCarron gets his first win as the head coach of the Birmingham Stallions. Congratulations, coach. And their next opponent is on the road against Houston, which is probably going to be a game they should probably win, which we'll get to the Gamblers in a moment. Meanwhile, for Louisville, they'll take on Orlando, and it will be a real test for the Kings, and hopefully looking to get their first win of the season. What a big-time win for Ricky Pearsall. Not Ricky Pearsall, the other guy. Former Panthers coaching staff member gets his first win as the Battlehawks head coach as St. Louis wins at 16-10 over the defending champions. Peta Tumbuluan, 2.5 sacks, 6 tackles for the Battlehawks defense as St. Louis goes 1-0 against the DC Defenders, who are now 0-1. So let me talk about this. This is probably the biggest upset so far this week because everybody was running on the DC Defenders, including me, to win this year's UFL going back to back. Now St. Louis felt like, we got a new head coach, we got a new team. Let's just shock the world. And they did shock the world. St. Louis is 1-0. They will take on Dallas in a great game, by the way, which we'll get to the best performance of them all out of all these players. But St. Louis 1-0. They'll go to Dallas. While for DC, they get a home game against Columbus and a must-win game. Now to Dallas. Dallas Renegades, you're now 1-0. Cue the music, boys, because they win a 36-17 win over Houston, and one of the best performances in Week 1 was Austin Reed, not Luis Perez. Austin Reed, a man who was in the practice squad with the Chicago Bears, competed for the number 2 job in Chicago. He went for 26 out of 40. 376 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. The passing yards he has broken a UFL single season record for the most passing yards in the UFL history. Congratulations, Austin Reed. You might be the starter for the whole season. And I thought Luis Perez would start, but I did not expect Austin Reed to start this week's game against Houston. Houston didn't won that. They had a tough game. There was some turnovers. They couldn't pressure Austin Reed. Dallas won almost everything: offense, defense, special teams. So Dallas, as I mentioned earlier, they'll go 1-0, and they will take on St. Louis at home. While for Houston, they dropped to 0-1, and they're going to take on the Birmingham Stallions. And finally, the wrapped up yesterday, Orlando gets their first win in their football history with a 23-16 win over Columbus. Jack Plummer, former Panther quarterback, 17 out of 22, 240 passing yards, and a touchdown. Orlando goes to 1-0, and they will take on Louisville at home. While for Columbus, they will travel to DC with an 0-1 record. So, who had the best performance of Week 1? Who was the best team performance of Week 1? And who is going to be confident for Week 2? So, best player, Austin Reed. Austin Reed just showed up in his first game as a Dallas Renegade. Got their first win, plus had a great game, as I mentioned. 76 passing yards. That's a player that should go back to the NFL. The best team performance was St. Louis. St. Louis had a game plan against DC Defenders, and they pull out with their defensive performance against the Defenders. Who could give the momentum going for Week 2? That means those who are undefeated: the Stallions, St. Louis, Dallas, or Orlando. To me, I could see Dallas going 2-0. I could see Dallas go 2-0 against St. Louis. It could be a dogfight, but I think Dallas could end up maybe getting a 2-0 start. That's it for the UFL Week 1 update. If you're not seeing my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more sports news.